This time on Square Body Stuff, we're putting together another little 350. Hey, welcome back to Square Body Stuff. We got a little 350 we're building. I'm helping a guy out. He's a younger guy. He's never built a motor by himself before. I'll just give you the whole rundown on this. He contacted me a few weeks ago wanting to know if I had an engine that I would sell. I said no, I don't have anything. But I told him if he finds a good used one, he could bring it over here and we could run it on my test stand, so that way he makes sure, you know, it runs good. He's putting it in I think it's a 67 Impala. It's kind of it's rusty. It's got its original patina, and that's the way he's going to keep it. And I like that. It's from the pictures I've seen, it's a pretty cool car. But he bought this little 350. We brought it over. He put new push rods and lifters in it because it had a stuck lifter, bent push rod. So he put new push rods and lifters in it. I think a new timing chain, a couple other things, and brought it over. Other than that, he didn't know anything about the engine. I didn't either, so it was I was a little worried about how it was going to go on the startup stand because you just never know. And it didn't go real good. Just kind of a chain of events happened. But the end result was we found out why it bent the push rods. It was on number 5 cylinder. We had it running, breaking into lifters, just like you do a regular camshaft. And one of the rocker nuts had backed off a number 5 cylinder. It started rattling real bad. We lost oil pressure, yada, yada, yada. We shut it down. We had a couple other issues. I forgot to turn the fans on. It got a little warm, but we got that resolved pretty quick. But it was just kind of a chain of events that happened on the test stand that makes it's so much easier to do it on a test stand. If we would have put it in the car and tried to do it in the car, it would have been rough because you had to pull it back out. So long story short, I told him let's just tear the engine down. Well, we've got it on the stand, we've got it here, we can do it in my shop, I can help him out. So we decided to just tear it down. It needed a new crankshaft. The mains and rods were pretty rough shape. I had a good crankshaft out in my little storage area that I forgot I had. It was a good used 350 crank, standard on both rods and mains. So we cleaned it up. We got it in here. I've got it, everything's wrapped up. We got the bottom end together, getting ready. He's supposed to be showing up with some new heads. We've got a new camshaft. He's got a comp cams. It's a thumper cam, a 279 TH. There's the specs on it. Hopefully you could read that, so I don't have to read them off to you. It's gonna be pretty nasty sounding little cam for this 350. But that's what we got going on in Square Body Stuff shop today, and I'll probably just kind of maybe set the camera up and just have it filming while we're putting this together and messing around with it. We've got another issue with the oil pan, which you don't see very often, but you can see where the crankshaft was actually rubbing on it because the tack welds broke loose. And the oil pump pickup screen was rubbing on the bottom. The bottom of the pan's caved in. So I got to do a little work on the pan. But that's all we got going on right now. I mean, the other thing I've got going on, I've got to fix, and I'll have a video coming up pretty soon of that. All right, it may be before this. I'm not sure how they're all going to work out, but I've got a drive shaft here that's, as you can see, pretty boogered up. There's some pieces that was left on the road. And my big green crew cab that I call Buddy, I was messing around with them the other day trying to do a burnout, and axle hopped a couple times on dry pavement, and then it just left the drive shaft laying on the asphalt. So I've got to fix that. I've got all the parts out on another truck. It's been raining, so I didn't want to play around in the rain to get the parts out, so we'll wait for that later. So we'll get busy on this. I'll wait for him to show up, and we'll get busy working on this thing and help this guy put together his first motor that he's going to be building. So it's going to be fun. Then after we get it all done, we'll run it on a test stand and get it all broke in. I think you guys appreciate this video. I don't know, but this is all I got going on right now, so this is what I'm going to put up. So stay tuned. Yeah, Jacob, the guy that owns this motor, he just showed up, and he had to run back to take the core heads back. He showed up with their new remanufactured cylinder heads. Just your standard small block Chevy remanufactured cylinder head, nothing special, but it's got the 195, 150 valves, 76 cc chambers. With the flat top pistons, should be around 9.5 to 1, I guess, on the compression. They're a lot better heads than what he had. They were the little bitty, itty bitty valved 305 heads with the small combustion chambers. He's going to have like 10.5 to 1 compression and small valves and no flow, too much compression. So he went ahead and got a set of new remanufactured heads. He also brought some roller tip rockers with all new nuts and everything. So that's a good plus. Good damper. That'll be handy. It's a lot better than the factory unit he had. It was pretty well coming apart. You can see all the rubber coming out of it. That's fixing to come apart. The new one's a little smaller diameter. We'll have to figure out something on the timing tab, but that's not that big of a deal. So got the oil pan fixed. A couple little tack welds in there. Got the pan rails fixed because all the holes were puckered out quite a bit. So I got them smashed back down and oil pan's ready to go. So I'll get some stuff straightened up and lined up and wait for him to come back. And we're going to be changing out the valve springs on these new heads. He's got a set of good comp cams valve springs to match his camshaft he's got. So we'll be going over, it'll be a separate video. I'm not going to show everything about that on this video, just to keep this one short. But I'll put another video up of just changing valve springs with the heads off. I've already got a video. If I can remember, I'll point up here like everybody does. There'll be a video up here. If I can remember how to put the link up there, I'll put the link up there to my other video that's got how to change valve springs while the cylinder heads are on the engine. So go check that out. So that's where we're at now. Alright, well, we're gonna go take a pizza break, grab some pizza, and I'm gonna take Jacob here for riding Squeaky here. See how that goes. find them, grind them. Yes. A little burnout. We got back from our pizza run and got us a good old pizza to eat. Got our bellies full. I'm getting everything set up on the stand. Jacob's getting this.
Looking for a ratchet right now.
Looking for a ratchet. Good luck.
Oh, I guess I'm just blind.
Hooking everything up on the stand. Getting ready to prime it. Got my oil pump primer in there. Going to prime the oil pump. See what kind of pressure we got. Make sure we got pressure through our oil through all of our rocker arms. And then we'll take those valve covers off, put the headers on, spark plugs, the rest of the stuff in, and we'll be ready to fire this thing up. Alright, I think we got everything hooked up. Jacob's topping it off with some water. We got everything primed. Exhaust hooked up, if you want to call it that. I think we're ready to go. Alright, it's actually the next morning. We got excited and got all wrapped up and the engine running good and everything doing okay. And I forgot to give the video an ending yesterday afternoon, so I'm gonna finish it up this morning. Maybe give you a cold start on this. I have no idea how that's gonna go. But before we do that, I just want to remind you to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Ring that bell down below. Check out my Teespring store. The link to that is in the description below. You got some new stuff. Got the Old Glory with the square body stuff logo in the middle of it. Got me a new coffee cup. My shirts are on the way. Everything's kind of slow on shipping right now, as everybody may know. I'll get that moved out of the way. And we'll see what this thing does on a cold start. I put the exhaust back on there, and we'll see how it goes. I don't know. Let me move you guys back out of the way a little bit. I may have to run. Stay running. It's trying to load up. We're idling about around 900 to 1,000 RPM. Oil pressure is good. Vacuum's not too bad. I'm going to put my fans on so I don't forget them. It don't sound too awful bad. If I can get that carburetor to play nice, it would sound a lot better at idle. So I done a little work on this carburetor because I couldn't handle it not running right. I knew I could get it better. So I took the top off, checked my float level, because I noticed when it was idling or trying to idle and loading up, my booster on the right side was dripping fuel, and it's not supposed to do that. It meant my float level was too high, or float was stuck on that side. Because on these Elderbrox, they have two floats, 2 needle seats. So I knew the one on the right side was leaking or not adjusted right. So I took the top of the carburetor off, kind of cleaned it out, adjusted the float, brought my fuel level down a little bit, and put it back together and done some more adjusting on it. Now it's idling down where it's supposed to. I'm liking it. Alright, I think I'm done playing with this thing. It's gonna run alright. He's gonna make a nice little motor for that 67 Impala. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I know it wasn't necessarily about square bodies, but it all pertains to square bodies, and that's what I was doing in the shop. So that's the video you guys are gonna get. So, I guess until next time. Y'all take it easy.